hey. So anyway, so you have this vision, you've got the team. Well, what do you have to show for yourself?
Well, you know, we don't like to just be talking about it.
Yeah.
Because you can't really, I learned that. You can't just say, we're great, give us a fortune. You know, it doesn't work. So we want people to know that you can fix your car up, you can make it much more fuel efficient. Even if you have a new SUV, you know, or you can buy one of those cheap ones on the lot right now and have it converted. Our website, which is fantastic,
right,
which you've given us, unbelievable. We have the ability to get feedback from all of the people interested in doing this.
Yeah.
We have the ability to put them together with all of the many people around the country that do retrofits of electric of cars and everything. And so we have our little poster child, this Thinking Lincoln here, which I think we should, you know, should we roll it out here?
Oh, you mean this isn't just an idea and a bit talk? You mean
No,
you actually have a car? It works? All this actually works?
Okay, I want you all to listen where we started up. Okay, that was it. And then, you know, we're gonna drive out here with it. And it's very quiet and unassuming, but it is a piece of American art. It represents us. It represents, yeah, we got to move.
Yeah.
Be careful, because it's Jonathan driving.
Jonathan's driving.
Yes.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Lincvolt.
Yeah, he slowed it down. That's good.
Now, Neil, what have you done? This is a gorgeous Lincoln Continental Mark IV, and I mean, this is a beautiful car. I mean, they don't make cars like this anymore.
No, they don't.
Spectacular.
Well, we used to do this, and you know, they don't all have to look like this. You could have an Escalade, you could have one of those Navigators or some other new car that you could do this to. And we have, you know, in here we got a bunch of batteries. We got Johnathan Goodwin.
Johnathan Goodwin, welcome to the DreamForce.
Thank you. So I'll take you on a tour.
This is really, Johnathan, wow, what have you done? So this is Neil's car. He called you up. He said, I have the vision, I have the dream. And he sent the car to you in Wichita. And then what did you do?
It's basically what we've done is we've converted a old vehicle into new technology. So it's a transformation of old technology to new technology. And some of the features on the car, one most importantly is the Paul Perrone Robotics Information Center. So that anybody that has a laptop or an iPhone or anything, they can go in there and see exactly how fast we're going, what kind of fuel economy we're getting, what kind of emissions. Plus that system actually controls everything on the vehicle.
So that lets you distribute an RSS feed from the car out to the internet, so people are going to watch exactly how well your car is doing, your mileage and where you are and all those things.
Right, exactly.
Fantastic, because Neil Young fans have always wanted to know exactly where he is, and now this is their opportunity.
Right.
There's a little delay built in.
Yeah. One of the really cool features about this car is it obviously doesn't have a piston engine with the transmission making the car go down the road.
I didn't even hear a sound come out of the car when you started it up. What is that about?
Actually, I'll pop this open and show you our new engine and transmission.
Wow, that's pretty exciting. So what is that under there, Johnathan?
Essentially, what we have is a 150 kilowatt electric motor made by UQM. This electric motor is about 9 inches in diameter, or about 14 inches.
Wait, what happened to the old motor and all that stuff?
It's out of here. It's gone.
It's gone.
Yeah.
It's gone.
It's retired.
Wow.
It's going in the Lincvolt Museum.
Yeah.
In the Lincvolt Museum?
Yes.
All right.
You look at all these new cars that are being made today that are more efficient than they used to be, they have one big problem. They still have old technology in it. This is the new technology. This is just one electric motor that has one moving part that produces equivalent 500 horsepower.
500 horsepower right there?
Yep.
How fast can this thing go?
This thing cruises at 80 miles an hour, top speed somewhere around 160 if you wanted to go
160?
there. Yeah, that's
fantastic.
Yeah.
Now, Johnathan, what are all these kind of things in the back here that look like you've wired something together. It's kind of white, and it's got all this kind of, looks like a big checkerboard. What is that?
Well, what we've done is we've created our version of a hybrid. We're going to call it a hybrid or a series hybrid hydroelectric vehicle. It's essentially like a train. It's not at all like a Prius or any of the hybrids out there. Those vehicles use 2 motors to do the same thing. We're just using 1 motor to push this car down the road. And that motor gets its power from the battery pack that's in the back of the vehicle.
So this UQM electric motor is getting its power from these batteries right here.
Exactly. And we have a range around 80 to 100 miles on just electric only. Now, if you go outside that range, you don't have to stop and plug the car in. We actually have an onboard generator.
Now, wait a minute. Hold on. You run out of the range of the batteries, you do what?
Just keep driving.
You just keep driving. Well, if you don't have any battery power, how are you going to keep the motor going?
We have a generator that's on board that'll come on automatically.
Well, can we see that? That would
Sure.
be fantastic. I was wondering what was under the hood.
It's a rotary. It's a rotary old RX7 or RX8.
Yeah, it's a little
rotary Wankel.
13B rotary engine. This was come out probably in the mid '80s, and they never really could figure out what to do with the motor. It's very unique. You know, it doesn't have pistons in it. It just has a couple of rotors in it.
And so what do you have then? Gasoline on board to fuel the rotary engine from the Mazda?
Actually, this is the very first rotary engine that's ever run on CNG.
It runs on compressed natural gas like what I have going into my house to do my cooking and all this kind of stuff?
Exactly, yeah. The rotary engine originally was designed to run on liquid fuel, but it wasn't very efficient. So we took it and put it on a vapor fuel, and now it's super efficient.
And what is it connected to right here, this part of the engine?
The back half, or what you're looking at there, is the 75 kilowatt generator. So this little bitty generator there can produce 75 kilowatts, which would be enough to run this entire building.
And then you're also charging then the batteries?
Yeah, the generator, as you're going down the road, if you go outside your window of just electric power, the generator comes on, it'll run for probably, let's just say, 30 seconds out of a minute.
Now hold on, Jonathan, let me get this straight. I've got my batteries. I drive for 50, 60, 70, 80 miles. I've got my UQM engine, everything's fine. It's a pure electric car, right?
Right.
Okay. Then I run out of battery juice. And you're telling me that this rotary engine then all of a sudden gets its fuel from compressed natural gas?
Yes.
And then that engine starts to refuel the batteries while we're in flight?
Exactly. It's no different from a train. Train's one of the most efficient vehicles in the world.
Well, that's incredible. Now tell me, when I get home, how do I plug it into my infrastructure? Does it have a big cable and a plug and this kind of thing?
You could plug the car into the house to charge the car, but you'd most likely plug the car into the house to charge the house.
To charge the house?
Yeah.
Being because I have all this residual power now on board, I can just deploy it into my house?
Yeah, exactly. If you had the same battery pack setting outside the house that this car has.
So do you have a cable here or something? Where would that
Sure,
be?
you bet.
Can we see that? Where do you have it? Under the front seat?
It's in the back.
It's in the back.
Yeah, it's in the back?
Now the cable's pretty big because it could power 6 houses if you wanted it to. So we have a small extension on the end of the cable for when you're just doing something small with it, which we can show.
Well, this is unbelievable. You know, when I was driving around with you yesterday in Daly City, I couldn't believe it. But people were just driving along next to us, and everyone was saying, that Lincoln's not making a sound. It's completely quiet. I couldn't believe it.
And while it's doing that, it's talking to the world. It's telling the world exactly where it is, what its elevation is, what its angles are, how much fuel it's using, how much power it has left in the batteries.
Wow.
Then every car manufacturer and everybody who makes these kind of cars can learn from these
So
stats.
what is this little tank back here, Jonathan?
That's the
is that
CNG.
a gas tank?
No, it's just a CNG tank.
So that's your compressed natural gas right there?
Exactly, yes.
And then what is this right here?
Oh, this is the cord that you could plug the car into the house to charge the car if you wanted to, or vice versa.
So this is the cable, it just plugs right in there, and then you can just plug it right in your house and off you're going?
Exactly.
Wow, that's unbelievable. Jonathan, congratulations, that's spectacular. That's American ingenuity. That is real innovation. That is innovation. Well, you know, that's pretty darn exciting, you know? Got a tremendous visionary here, got a tremendous visionary here. You've built something spectacular, spectacular,